Hello and welcome back to Morgan's Sunday afternoon lazy write-in. I might even get some words in. I literally hung up the voice FaceTime, I don't know what they call the Facebook version, with my sister and the baby niece and my mom just now. So remember last week and the week before and the week before, I was waiting for the baby niece? Well, she showed up 11 days late at 2:50 in the morning, precisely. And I got to cut the cord. And the baby is almost 7 pounds and is doing great. And she and mama were home before lunch the next day. So super adorable, slightly distracting, very exciting. So that's where I am. I might even get some words in today, though. So I've been, excuse me, sneezing. Doing this whole talk to my phone thing, and it's still working. So super exciting for me. So yeah. Anywho, let's see. I am working on my space fantasy. The words are coming a little better. I spent Friday on Sarah's stream catching up with the whole the tsunami is coming part. So that happens for both of my main characters, and they're both in the same scene from two different points of view. So there was some copy paste or whatever, but I got 150 words in on Friday. So wait, no, I have 0 issues. 1,500 words, that one. So making some pretty solid progress. Hello, Kelly, and welcome. Yeah, so it's been a very exciting week. I also heard from my dad, who is mostly healing up fine from his quadruple bypass, except he's got some fluid in his lungs. They're going to be draining. So hopefully that goes smoothly. His current partner called his ex-wife, and she took him to the doctor's office last week because his current partner, she was just exhausted. So I rented a recliner for Dad to rest and recover in, and they're both getting great use out of it. I told them if they want to keep it, let me know. And they're like, they really like it, but it really crowds the space. So we'll see where they end up on that. Let's see. Anything else thrilling and exciting? Like that isn't enough. Not really. I was thrilled to be at the birth for the niece, and I've recovered sleep, and yeah, that's probably about it. So let me know what you're working on in the comments below so I can just find out and see how things are going for you. Any projects you're working on or what have you. I have been reading more of the Zoe Chant really silly shifter romances. I like seeing the couples get together. I mostly skim over the sex scenes. They're not that great. Little derivative. But yeah, so but light and fluffy is about where I'm at these days. Got, just a lot. It's been a lot this month. Although it's the end of the month, so we'll see what March brings. It's supposed to come in like a lion and out like a lamb. That works for the shifter romances I've been reading. Oh, okay, sorry. If you can't amuse yourself, who can you amuse, right? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and figure out where my tab is, find my writing, and maybe do a sprint. Crazy talk, right? So let's see. Why is it that my Chrome keeps trying to update on me and telling me it's updated and then telling me it needs to update, which means every time it updates, I need to reopen my private tab because that's where I have stuff from another account because you can't be logged in multiple places. And so I'm just really tired of Chrome telling me it needs to update. Oh, hey, Spence is here. Hello and welcome. And Kelly is working on gathering writing samples for his professional services site and went to Hobby Lobby to get some special paper to experiment with custom wedding cards. I'm assuming for your services. Last I heard, you were not getting married in the short term, but let me know if I'm mistaken. Oh, wow. Everybody's showing up. Hello. We have Adele and a Bruce. And hey, Sako, you want to pop on? Let's do this. Sako's here. I gave all my updates before people showed up. So,
well, I'll watch the replay.
Mostly gushing about the baby niece, and
yes, of course, I've been seeing the pictures and the.
I didn't talk about how obsessed everybody is. I mean, I'm excited. Her 9-year-old sister doesn't want to go to bed unless she has snuggled the baby. The puppy, the rescue pit bull who was so scared of people he would pee if you approached him when they first rescued him, won't eat breakfast until he's checked on the baby.
Oh.
And of course, the dad is utterly smitten, and my sister's like, can I hold the baby when she's not actively nursing?
Mm-hmm.
I like to snuggle the baby without being a cow. So, how have you been? I saw your fundraiser was going pretty well, or at least a week's worth.
So far, so good. The first art stream goes on March 6th. So,
you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Yeah. How is your mom doing?
She's doing wonderfully. She's responding to the treatment. So her hematocrit is down, her white blood cell count is down, and her red blood cell count is up, and she's feeling great. So
that's so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's working.
That's what I really like to hear.
It's the $1,000 a week thing that kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's not amazing, not awesome.
Especially for 9 weeks.
That's a little pricey.
So that's why the fundraiser.
But knowing how much is nice, rather than a lot of medical stuff, you don't know how much it's going to cost until after it's all done and they're asking for money.
Yeah. My dad had to pull from his IRA. And I'm kind of pissed off that he did that, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm.
Is he retired yet?
No.
Yeah. With the IRA, I know with 401k, you have to return the money within a set amount of time. Do IRAs work that same way?
I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, it depends how you take the money out, obviously.
Sure.
So, let's see. Popping into the comments, Dal thinks everybody loving the baby is so cute and wholesome, is what Spence says. Andy is here. Hello. And is glad to hear that your mom's doing better.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Andy.
Yeah. And Kelly reassured us that, yes, the special paper for custom wedding cards are not for his wedding.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I was like, I didn't think I was that much out of the loop. I mean, been a little distracted with the baby, but I didn't think a wedding was going to pop up that quickly.
No, I hope not.
Right. So yeah.
Unless he's been hiding someone from us.
Seemed unlikely. But yeah, I hung up on my sister about 2 seconds before I started the stream.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I was FaceTiming with the niece who was napping on mama and my sister and my mom. So
that's great.
Jeff initially was going to join. That's the daddy. But he was recovering from having just gotten peed on.
I'm hoping, Kelly, it's funny that you mentioned that. I'm hoping that that's what they do with the money that I give them.
Right.
money that I raise to give them,
Yeah,
that he puts it right back into his IRA.
that would be helpful.
Someone hiding in plain sight. Yeah.
So yeah. So what is everybody working on? Kelly told me, but then everybody else showed up.
I am like 5 ciders in, so I don't know how good I'm gonna be.
You're gonna be great.
I am probably gonna do some reading sprints.
Okay.
With Condensed Chaos by Phil Hine. I'm in the demon section, so I'm kind of excited to figure out what's going on there.
Nice. Yeah. So.
What can we do to help your mother? I have a Ko-fi account. It's Ko-fi, Ko-fi/Sako to me. One word.
I will be adding it to the details for the thing, and as soon as I find the right tab. So many tabs.
So if you want to donate, if you want to hang out on March 6th or March 15th or March 27th, I'm going to be doing day-long streams.
Yeah.
Each of those days. So I do hope it will be good.
Good.
I'm going to write, damn it, and eat some biscuits and gravy.
And he didn't make enough for everybody.
I would kill for some biscuits and gravy right now. Especially if it's sausage gravy.
I was traumatized at a medium age by biscuits and gravy, so it's not really my jam.
Oh.
I worked at a restaurant, dinery sort of local place, and they had sausage gravy, and just like the smell and the look of the congealed stuff that would be left on the plates when people were done was really disgusting. It's not the most appealing stuff I've ever cleaned off a table. So.
Oh, I follow. Oh, I think putting it back into the IRA helps with taxes. Normally, when you take money out of the IRA, one should be giving a percentage of the withdrawal to the Fed and state. Oh my gosh.
So if you put it back in before taxes are due, though.
Right, but TikTok.
Yeah. So, okay, and
Fun fact, he did make enough for everybody. Just getting it to you guys. That's funny.
Is okay. So we've got ko-fi.com/Sako to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming it's HTTPS or just HTTP.
I think it's HTTPS.
Yeah, because it's money, so it seems like they would
make it a little more secure.
I will just go. Yep, it took me right there. So okay.
Great.
So there we go. So that should update in a minute.
All right, great. Thank you.
Spence has reassured us. Mr. Spence did indeed make enough biscuits and gravy for everybody.
That's wonderful.
It's just getting to us while still fresh is the struggle.
Yeah.
Sorry for the mental image, Lee. And
withdrawal before retirement without taking out taxes will be a penalty at tax time.
Yeah, so if it's back in before, he should be fine.
I will bring that up to them when I donate the money.
I mean,
please put it back into your IRA.
Yeah.
Please put it back into your IRA so you don't have to pay taxes on it.
Right. I'm sure your dad will be all like, I knew all this before.
I doubt it.
Really? Okay.
I do. I doubt it. So that's why I'm really glad that Kelly told me this stuff. Because
I knew how it worked with 401k. I just haven't had an IRA. So,
and he has cashed out his 401k in the past, which really pissed me off. Oh, Andy. Oh, Auntie, thank you.
Did somebody just donate?
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh, my tears.
We love you and we want to support you and your mother. So
Oh, thank you, Andy.
he says you're welcome.
Mm.
And Eva showed up. Hi, Eva.
Hi, Eva.
I think Sako needs a moment. Little verklempt.
No, thank you for telling me, Kelly. That's really important. That was really important.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was really important. So thank you so much for sharing that. Also thank you, Andy. I really appreciate it. And my mom really appreciates it. I assure you. Oh.
My exact word choice.
Yeah. It's neither a park nor a way. Discuss amongst yourselves.
So yeah. I don't know. I've got a baby niece. She's freaking adorable. Her sister adores her. Her dad adores her. The baby never gets to lay down by herself. Her name is Rosie, and she was not born on Valentine's. Phew.
Is it Rosie or Samantha Rose or what's going on?
Samantha Rose, and she's going by Rosie.
Oh, that's wonderful.
For now. So
for now.
Right. Once she gets old
she'll
enough.
probably be going by Rosie until she's about 11, and then she'll go into this like
maybe
crisis where she's trying to pick her own name. It's funny, I was just discussing this with some of the people on my server the other day, where crisis names were a thing, like when you were about 11 or 12 and you wanted to be called by a different name. My name was Samantha.
I mean, that was the best American Girl doll. I mean,
I agree. The Victorian one?
Obviously. Amanda got Kirsten, whatever.
No, whatever. Yeah.
And of course, we got to check out Felicity. We never got a Felicity, but we lived outside of Williamsburg, and Felicity was the colonial one that came out while we lived outside of Williamsburg. So, yeah. But do you know our friend with the like 6-year-old named Josiah who was going by Zaya? I swung by to drop off some stuff, some fudge during the holidays, and I was told it is Josiah, not Zaya.
Oh.
Very clearly. And
very clearly. All right.
So, but
yeah, parents have been quite good at calling him Josiah.
Yes.
That is the way it goes.
Even
but I'm glad you got to see him.
Yeah, he was cute. Eva says, I stayed by my middle name until online university just made the first name easier. I get that. I totally get that.
Which is funny because I went the other way around.
So I actually haven't always gone by Morgan, but I did start going by Morgan at one point because there were too many other people with my first name.
I concur.
Yeah.
Me too. Why I started going by my middle name.
Yeah. My sister got something from your legal name and was the Girl Scout cookie order, and was like, do you know who this is? And I was like, yes, that's Sako. She's like, oh
right, because it had my shipping name on it, right?
Yeah,
my billing address.
Yep.
Yeah. So like, who is this? What? Heather Davis? What?
Well, I mean, it could have been a relative of mine. That my cousins were the Davises, and there were 12 of them, and they lived on the family farm where they each built houses next to each other, and they had 2 pews in the church. So we've got some Davises in the family.
Oh, it's telling me that your thing is like live.
Spence went by Alice from 12 to 17 or so on the internet.
No kidding.
And let's see. Eva also has a niece with the middle name Rose. Alexis Noel Rose. I always hear Axel Rose. Me too. Me too. I hear that.
Alexis Noel Rose.
Right? Was she a Christmas baby? I see Noel and I assume Christmas baby.
Christmas baby. Yeah.
Lee says Lee was my middle name until I got married. Totally get that.
Until you got married?
You know how a lot of people drop the middle name? There's no reason why you might as well drop the first name and just use the middle name if you wanted.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's totally an option. My sister?
I actually tried to do that. I tried to reverse my first and middle name when I was getting my name changed because I got married. Right. And they said no because it was considered fraud.
What? That's ridiculous.
Because I have outstanding loans.
Oh, wow. Did not know that was going to be an issue.
So I can't be Fusako Heather. I have to be Heather Fusako.
That's ridiculous.
It is. I agree.
My sister dropped her middle name because it was Faulkner, which she hated as a kid. And then she was an English major and she really hated Faulkner as a middle name. Our maiden name was hyphenated. And so she dropped the hyphen and smushed it together.
Cool. I would have called her Faye. But that's me.
Right. So,
I have a Felicia that I love dearly that calls herself Faye.
That makes sense.
Faye it is.
Oh, on my shout out from my Facebook, my sister dropped a baby photo if anybody needs to see the smushy face. So yeah. For those of you who don't know, Morgan Hazelwood is actually a pen name. Morgan is my legal middle name, although spelled slightly differently. And Hazelwood is a family name. I think it's my great grandmother's.
Is that a thing I can do? I can drop my first name and then be like Davis Eckler or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, now that you're already married, you just have to do an official name change. But yeah.
Which has been really tough in 2020 and equally tough in 2021. So I'm going to give it another shot in April again and hope that I can come in with my paperwork and it's still valid because it's like 4 years that I've had this paperwork. So I don't know if it's still valid.
I don't know. So Lee says, if you can prove you're letting your creditors know of your intention to change your name, it can make it easier.
If you can prove that you are letting your creditors know of your intention to change your name, it goes easier. That's interesting. So rather than the other way around where you let them know after you've changed it,
I guess.
If you can change it on your social, you're good. Taxes just require alias listing with all the prior names associated with that social, which is like Sako to me, is a legal name in the state of Virginia for me. So I have to write it down in my taxes.
Gotcha. Yeah. See, Eva let us know that Axel Noel Rose is a summer baby who is a preemie, but was named after people.
I just don't know them.
Right. And Spence is putting bread in the oven, did 3 little loaves instead of a standard size. So it's cute sandwiches week.
That's awesome.
Why is not every week a cute sandwiches week?
I quarter the bread. And I make them cute little sandwiches.
I mean, I quarter the bread, but diagonally because corners are better to eat.
They can be.
go crisscross instead of
yeah. I don't mind them when they're little squares.
little squares are nice, but crisscrosses are better.
Okay.
I'm sorry that you're wrong, but it happens. How's your book with BC going?
Wonderfly.
Oh.
We've got, the story is just about 40K now.
Okay.
Like, she's been like goofing around with it for the past week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna attack it on Monday and start editing and see if there's anything I can flesh out. She likes using fragments, and that really bothers me. So it's a lot of me going in and making them not fragments anymore.
I mean, I understand on both sides of that.
I do too.
I mean,
and
it's
I know why she's doing it. I know
It's
why she's doing it.
You fragment.
I know why she's doing it. I just don't feel like it's needed.
So let's see. Andy is just finished filming for his vlog because he's still a frustrated filmmaker and photographer.
Nice. It's really hard to be a photographer right now.
Nature photographer, not so bad. People photographer.
I'm a people photographer, right? So
I know.
I know I was supposed to have 2 shoots in January that flopped over. So I need to look at my notes and see what I missed in February. And ooh. Anybody doing PitMad Thursday?
No, the only thing I have ready, I've put into PitMad like 6 times. So the same people are going to be seeing it, and PitMad's getting more and more crowded anyway. So, but
it's more people submitting and less people approving.
And do remember, if you do get likes on your PitMad, to vet them, especially if they're small publishers. I've had a lot of friends struggling with small presses that agree to publish their stuff, responding in ways that one would expect from a professional, both timeline and sometimes the quality of their work. So vet.
It's a guy with a camera.
Andy says he's entirely an amateur photographer / guy you asked to film your wedding, mostly landscapes and a few people who tolerate me.
There's a lot to be said to being a videographer for weddings. Yeah. You can probably charge a lot more than you're charging. Yeah. I'm just putting that out there.
What hurts? I don't know. Anyway,
did I say anything that hurts? I'm sorry.
I don't know. Eva is working on data stuff again, still forever, and is not doing PitMad. We're curious if Bruce is, and Bruce said yes. It's been on my weekend to-do list. Eva says, business ideas I haven't seen. Photography studio meets party venue. Birthdays, dinner parties, tea parties.
I do those things. I used to do those things in the before time, is what I'll say.
Right.
Guy with the camera is not a nice thing to, yeah, that's true. It means dude who wants to look at nude models and got a camera. Yeah. I'm sorry, hon.
I think my ex is a step up from guy with camera.
Is he though?
At least half a step.
I have processed his photos.
True. He does no processing.
No. And the straight out of camera stuff is not there for me. Okay. I keep reminding my 2 old older two, one who plays cello and the other pianist. Ooh, yeah, they could make a killing doing weddings.
Legit. They have to deal with wedding people though, but yes.
Well, the upside is as a musician, they pretty much leave you alone. So you're like in the corner of the place and you're playing like chamber music or whatever.
Mhm.
Like most of the people will leave you alone. Local contacts and the target audience seeking photos for people photos at least. Yeah. Parent groups. Yeah. Photographing children is really tough, but I have a fun time doing it because I think kids are great. Like bringing out the fun side of them. And even when they're pouting, like part of them is still playing.
Right.
Right? So like taking pictures of my niece, she's 7 now, but I've been taking pictures of her since she was like born.
Right.
She, like she is a blast to shoot. She just drinks the camera. She loves it.
That's adorable. So I was the one who took the 2 photos that my sister used to announce the baby. And I think they turned out okay considering phone
They
and
turned out
video.
great.
I was quite pleased with how they turned out.
Were they phone photos or were they?
Yep.
Yeah, that's great.
Just phone photos and me taking enough until something turned out.
Yeah. 35 millimeter film. Yeah. I miss the smell of Dettol and fiddling with enlargers. And yeah, props to anyone who works with kids. Yeah. Big props to anyone who works with kids. I think it's super fun because most of them are willing to work with me in some way. Most of them are hams in some capacity. I don't even think Walmart does photo studio things anymore. Yeah, I don't think so either. I worked taking photos at the Walmart locations without a photo studio built in. The ones that have photo studios float through every 6 weeks. Parents are the uggest. Yeah, parents are the uggest. It's the weddings. I've never had a bridezilla. It's always the mother of the bride.
That's what I hear.
The mother of the bride wants to tell me how to do my job. And more often than not, I'm like, take it up with the bride. Because it is not my problem. I was hired by her to do my job. And just because I'm friends with her doesn't mean I don't know how to do my job.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Oh, pet stuff is super fun. Especially if I have treats, it is super easy. Because you can just like aim the treat where you want the pet to be staring.
So
And usually the owner wants to be in the shot with the pet.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I would say half the time they want to be in with the pet.
That makes sense.
My wedding photographer was my favorite person ever that week. Yeah. And there is a precarious dance that you do during the cocktail hour. Right? Like you want the bride and groom to be present during the cocktail hour because that's when they do their greeting and stuff like that. So you want to get through your shoot as quick as you can during that cocktail hour so that they can do their thing.
I remember my photographers. I had I don't know if you know Chris Trader, but
yeah, I love Chris Trader.
Yeah, Chris and Scooter were Scooter offered as a wedding gift and brought in Chris as his assistant. So
that's wonderful.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't seen Chris since the before times.
Yeah.
She's amazing. Like she's so creative and so such a wonderful artist. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I ended up she's who got me volunteering for KatsuCon for 6 years.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, because she was in charge of the webcomic guest relations. And so she's like, I need help wrangling webcomic artists. And I was like, boop! For those of you who don't know, I used to have a severe webcomic addiction. I read about 124, at least at the monthly. You know, there were about 50 that were like week daily and 25 that were weekday, you know. Anyway, I had a problem. I'm down to about 35 right now.
Eva, you know I would take pictures of you and your hubby.
Right? Eva
Honestly, says, I still, like, I have, like, maybe 2 pictures of me with my husband. Like...
outside of the wedding?
Outside of the wedding.
You have lovely photos from the wedding.
Actually, including my wedding.
Really?
I have the stuff that Hovar took of us, and then I have stuff that was taken at my niece's college graduation.
Okay.
So, like, we don't have a lot of pictures together.
My boyfriend and I mostly, I think all we have are selfies that I've taken. And the first time I was like, bleep, I don't have any pictures that I've taken of him. We were at Steampunk World's Fair. He had food poisoning and was curled up in bed, and I took a picture of him. And he's like, "What? Why are you documenting my suffering? Are you okay? Did you freeze?"
Sorry, I was looking at the comments.
Okay. Are we looking at Spence's? Where are we?
Talking too much of photography with the photographer. I did envy her 85mm Nikon lens.
Oh.
Right. She was hired last minute when my previous pic flaked, and she literally had like a week, and was so great. If anyone's getting married in the Southern Michigan, Upper Ohio, and Indiana area, just want to get some pics done, hit me up and I will send you her info. That's cool.
Yeah. So.
But I was looking at Lee's.
Okay.
So, like...
Oh.
That's what I was, like, about. Because she got, like, a handful of proofs, and then that was it. Like...
Ouch.
That sucks.
I would have just released them all to you, you know? I don't know. That's...
Well, I like to show a handful of proofs ahead of time,
right?
So they know what to expect.
Yeah, but still, as the family.
Granted, poor Kai and Lauren are still expecting photos from me. Like, they were really sensitive about this area, so I'm going in and I'm editing.
Yeah,
everybody's chin.
My chin isn't what it used to be, and I get that.
Yeah, me too a little bit, but I thought they were beautiful before I started editing.
They're both beautiful, so.
And they were so anxious about their chins that I was like, really? I thought you were beautiful. Okay.
Okay. So Eva says they have a few snapshots from the courthouse ceremony.
That's wonderful.
For a gal who loves photos, I've never been that great about getting the professional shots.
It's tricky to know just the right photographer.
I mean, Sako's taken ones of me with like my scissors and my button eyes.
That was super fun.
Loved that.
Black and white sets that I was doing that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun. So much fun.
If you're interested in taking another set, maybe for your authordom or anything like that, like.
Yeah, I'll hit you up. I took advantage of the brother-in-law who does, video and audio editing and
stuff like that.
But, he didn't do a lot of post-processing, and I wasn't, I was just like, I need a photo. So we did a whole photo shoot and we had a lot of fun. And he had a lot of fun taking pictures of his typewriter as well. So, let's see. Eva says, I can remember times in my life where I'd message friends and ask them to remove photos due to extreme body dysmorphia. Oh.
They all took them down, but I didn't inevitably be the last time we hung out.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Griefing those who want it more reflective of what they want to see. Because they're wedding photos. But if it was their engagement or it was like hangout time or whatever, then I'd be like, no, you look great.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's their wedding photos and they paid a good fee for what they wanted, then
yeah.
And I did say that I could edit out this stuff if it was bothersome, but I didn't think any of it was bothersome. So what? Okay. No worries. But it is like what, almost March, and they got married in July.
I saw them in July because Kai is the one who did my sister's wedding in my backyard.
That is hilarious.
So yeah. I don't think I've seen them. Oh, well, I saw them when I knocked on their door to drop off blocks.
Oh, I see.
And they're like, who the bleep is knocking on my door at 10 o'clock at night? Because I messaged saying, hey, I'm 5 minutes from your house. I'm dropping off something because Tara is crazy.
Yes. I still have a block that I need to drop by their house. My cat. So here's the thing. Mm-hmm. You can't have tissue paper anywhere near my cat.
Oh, I can only imagine. So
she ate the tissue paper. And like, I have a bag that I think I can substitute, but like.
Oh, so I've for my friend Tara helped me throw my sister's baby shower, and she decided everybody needed to decorate a block. But because of me saying I'm not even talking about it till after the holidays, and then we all know how the U.S. Postal Service has been, all the local ones got hand delivered the week before. And so let's see. This is the one I did.
Which looks great. Well, it looks way better than the one that I did.
I got to play with my wood burning kit for the first time ever.
Yeah.
So, and I just used the leaf shaped one.
Mm-hmm,
so let's see. My mom did this one. She just like cut out things she'd printed. And so these are just cut out and colored.
Why the heck not?
Right?
That's
adorable. So, my aunt did stickers.
Oh.
And this is like a holographic sticker.
A holographic sticker.
Right.
Kitty cats.
Because the 9-year-old, the big sister, loves cats. Like, whoa.
Yeah. Cat A, cat B.
Right. And let's see. This is from my dad's new hand-fasted wife.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Oh,
we jumped over a broom to winter solstices ago.
Nice.
So
see, that looks like more like something I did.
Right.
Because I was drawing with these crayons.
Right. Because they're like, use something non-toxic, and yeah, mine was colored with food coloring, which is really hard to paint with.
But you managed it.
I mean, look, I have some smudges in there. Wait, let me hide my face. It's a little smudgy. So
no, it looks great.
So yeah, and I burned around the edge because and stuff like that. So
I think it looks great.
Yeah. So yeah. Those are the blocks I was talking about. So they're super cute, but yeah. Okay, popping into the comments, and then we maybe should do a sprint. I mean, it is the lazy Sunday afternoon live stream.
It is lazy.
So let's see. Spence has been getting pretty good at doing the selfies for Instagram. Andy says their photographer, Genevieve Leiper in the Virginia area, automatically did chin and arm cleanups and didn't really realize it until we dug in. Lee liked the blocks. Kelly says, lol, hand fasted. How did your dad and his ex get to be friends? I mean, Dad just, it wasn't a messy divorce. They're just all local. And so, Dad met the ex-wife at the Universal Unitarian Church. And so.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So yeah. But they had a rainbow broom that had been hand woven together that they jumped over at winter solstice.
Oh.
At the last winter solstice in the before times.
Yeah, sure.
We showed up for dinner. We're getting ready to open gifts. They're like, wait, we got to do something real quick. And I'm like, oh, hold up. Let me video this. I videoed it. And then we went back to opening gifts. I don't think they even fully explained what was happening to my niece.
Yeah, probably not.
They're like, we're going to jump over broom now. And now we've jumped over broom. Let's open some gifts. So yeah. But they're not making it legal partially because Dad's been married once a decade for his entire life.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
He has 5 ex-wives, although 2 of them have passed away.
So it's not so much an ex as it is he's a widower.
One's widowed. One passed away 2 years after they divorced, but that was the ex-NASA rocket scientist, convicted terrorist, alcoholic, bipolar lady. That's a story. And he married her 2 weeks after I started my first professional job before I had to put in for a clearance.
Oh, cool.
So they were married during that time period. That was fun.
Oh.
But yeah, no. So, but the current one would lose her benefits. So they're not making it legal.
Hi, Mr. Vlandis.
Spence says, that's a lot of titles for one person. She was all that in the size of a 5-foot-high gymnast.
Yeah.
So Mr. Vlandis is here. Hello and welcome. You are just in time for our first sprint.
45 minutes in.
Pushing an hour at this point. But yeah, okay. I have a tab with the timer on it. I promise. Okay, here we go. Let's hit share screen, share Chrome tab, share audio. Okay. Let's get some words in or bake some bread, whatever you feel like doing. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1, boom. Yeah, I like saying boom. That's a thing.
That was interesting. It stopped at the 24-second mark.
Weird. So I don't know
I
what
thought I was going to be reading Condensed Chaos, and instead I'm reading horror manga.
I don't blame you. I've been still binge reading the silly paranormal romances by Zoe Chant, and the sex scenes aren't even good, but I like the couple coming together and you meet, their team, so you're excited about the other person on their team. Who are they gonna meet?
Sure.
So, because that's how romance series suck you in.
Yeah.
So I actually got 450 words. We're evacuating quickly before the tsunami hits. We've got 10 minutes to get on board and get off before the water hits.
See.
The water's gone out, and we know it's about to come in. And, when you're on a water planet with lots of, say, octopus people, they can tell you when it's coming.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So, Ellie's here. Yay!
Hi, Ellie. Hi, Doc.
And Sock is... Sorry, Doc. I said Sock.
Well, I'm here too.
Right? It's being tired and lazy today, which is perfect for the lazy Sunday afternoon live stream. It's raining.
It's perfect. It's raining and it's Sunday. Lazy for sure.
Yup. So I am very pleased with this whole talking to my phone thing. It is working for me. I mean,
that dictation thing.
Yeah. I mean, it clearly needs some cleanup. And it definitely works better with action and dialogue than it does with heavy description, especially since I'm not, naturally a very visual sort of person.
Mm-hmm.
So that part usually takes and I want the story to be lyrical, so it's going to need a lot more editing than this. But
yeah, I gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, it's a space fantasy. I want it to have that fairy tale feel. So
nice.
That's not my natural voice, but I love the story coming out when it does get into that lyrical bent. So
yeah, I'm working on that myself.
Yeah, where my natural pace is more what's happening, what do they think about it, let's go. So I'm trying to step back and slow down and look around.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So yeah. Doc says, does it stop if you pause to think about how to phrase things? Usually it just waits for me, but sometimes it will eventually turn itself off. But I haven't run into that too much, really. If a lot of notifications pop up, I might double check it. But yeah, I did my blog post this week was how it's working for me, and how I'm doing it, and my crazy, the app that I downloaded to do it with, which is none, because I'm doing it with Google Docs.
Oh.
Or that's a lie. I'm doing it with Gmail and Draft Compose.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's where I usually put my story snippets.
Huh.
And it auto syncs with everything with Google Docs. It has to load a lot.
Yeah.
Which is and then you have to scroll all the way down, which is a bit annoying on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to, after every sprint, copy it into the main document and fix any errors while it's still fresh in my head and I know what it meant to say.
Right.
I don't think I'd want to do like 3 hours of dictation and then copy it over. But for a 15-20 minute sprint, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
And I find pacing my living room seems to, sometimes help, because the words just have not been coming this year at all. And so I switched it up, and as long as it works, I'm not going to knock it.
Yeah, as long as you can get it to do your thing.
Yeah. So, because I remember that you missed last week when I tried it out the first time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I ran solo last week.
Yeah. Oh.
I know. I talked to myself a lot, and plenty of people were in the audience chatting with me. So it's
good. So it wasn't the worst.
No. Y'all are amazing. I have a great support network, and I have never done this stream with less than like 10 people.
Wow.
Yeah. So I guess Sunday afternoons work out for a lot of people. So, oh, hey, Nightbot thinks we should be stretching.
I have been stretching this entire break.
I hear you.
I did something to my neck and my sleep last night.
Sleeping is so dangerous for necks.
So, like, the muscles from the bottom of my shoulder blade going up into the base of my skull on my left side is, like, so tight and so jacked.
So you're pretty flexible like me. Let me show you the stretch I do for separating my shoulder blades and trying to get that out is cross your hands, press them together, and then press your shoulders out while you're doing this. And also tipping forward or raising it up will stretch different spaces.
Oh, eagle? Yeah.
So,
eagle is great.
not something everybody can do, but when, if you're even similar to me where my ribs think they're joints.
Oh, yeah. So you've been lagging a little bit. Like we hear your audio just fine, but your picture is lagging. So like your current pose is like in eagle form going.
Do I have too much going on? What is slowing my internet? Is it the rain?
Maybe.
Woo.
Your audio is great.
I currently have a lot going on in Chrome.
Oh.
So let's see if I can close a couple tabs and see how that goes.
I should probably get some water.
Excuse me. Goodness.
Yeah. It has been that kind of Sunday.
Seriously. So let's see. Close in a couple windows, and let's see if I can close a couple more.
Doc is blaming the rain.
Hey, I know in the before times, back when people were on dial-up predominantly, it was noticeable when it rained.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was just a load usage issue. So
apparently someone sneezed. Did I sneeze?
Oh, me. Yeah, it was me.
You sneezed.
It was me. Yeah.
I didn't notice. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Lee says, since I watch as I dictate, I can correct the errors as they occur or shortly after. What slows me down is teaching speech recognition new words. I'm totally using placeholder names for all of my characters.
Amen to that, Lee.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
So let's see. Eva says, audio's all right. Kelly says, Sako, you have a crook?
I have a crick.
And, we're coming up on 6 o'clock, so Andy's off to grab dinner.
All right. Enjoy dinner. Thank you for the donation. You're a saint.
Allie's phone is dying. Glad you made it, both of you. Yay, 3 pages edited. Go, Andy. Nice. So, pretty solid. Pretty solid right there. So, I was on a live stream on Friday, and I was lagging then, too. So, I don't know what's going on.
Your audio is fine. It's just your video.
Weird.
At least you're photogenic.
Thank you.
So as you freeze, at least it's a good shot of you.
So, okay. Well, my CPU usage is no longer stuck at 100%. So
okay. So it should drop. It should drop here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm down to like 45%, whatever was, getting stuck. So.
Oh, that I was voguing by stretching my neck.
Roll the shoulders a couple times. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. So how's your book? Oh, wait,
Which
you're
one?
reading manga.
Oh, the manga. I'm using a pen as a bookmark. Hold on. So I just got it today, but
Ooh.
this was the only one that I didn't already own. And it's like something rotten in Okinawa. So I'm super excited.
Nice.
They've got like fish with legs, with like grasshopper legs.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And they're like, and apparently they stink really bad. And in this chapter that I just got into is a shark with legs.
I mean, who doesn't like sharks with legs?
I know, right? Ka-crunch, ka-crunch, ka-crunch. Yeah. I love Junji Ito's like use of like text as sound effects. And whoever does the translation like is sure to use a translation of whatever he was using.
Okay. That makes sense.
So it's like ka 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 ka, or check 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 check.
Nice.
Super fun.
So, well, maybe we should let you get back to it then. Do another sprint.
Sure, why not? Make your sushi joke here. Oh, boo. Apparently it's too stinky to eat, apparently.
Sushi's not too stinky to eat, so it's clearly not talking about sushi.
It's clearly not talking about sushi.
So, okay, let's let you read and let's get back to it in 3, 2, 1, boom. And we're back. It was not nearly as productive. Plus, it stopped recording at one point, and I'm not sure why. So, anyway. How was your sprint, Sako? You're on mute.
Boop. I got to a really spooky part of the book.
And then I interrupted. How dare I?
No, it's all good. It does make me a little nauseous, though. I should probably get some water.
Oh dear.
Oh, burp.
I hear that. Oh, I'm getting kind of sleepy.
Well, we do have 15 minutes left of thingies. Do we want to chat it, or do we want to do like a 10-minute sprint?
I don't know. People, let us know how you did and what you're feeling.
What are you feeling? How are you guys doing? Tell that to the kimchi. Kimchi equals sushi. Kimchi does not
equal sushi. Yeah. For those who aren't coder related.
Oh, exclamation point equal means
not.
Not
equal. Okay. Yeah. So it's a coder thing. Sorry about that.
Okay.
I occasionally remember that it's
not everybody is a coder. Yeah.
Right. That they don't use that in non-coder spaces. So
3 more lines to enter, so I'm working if you sprint or not. I'm good either way. Cool.
Nice.
I just need to stretch all the time. I just need to stretch all the time.
Life is stretching. If I go more than 20 minutes without stretching, then I might be dead or reading. One of the two.
Or both.
Or both. Well, I can't be dead.
I suspect if you were to die, you would die reading.
I mean, the odds are pretty high. Either reading or in front of my computer. I mean, that's 95%. I mean, I do like to sleep, so.
Oh, yeah.
But the odds are pretty high, either in front of my computer, a book, or while sleeping.
Yeah.
I mean, just like I love the statistics about how accidents are most likely to happen within 5 miles of the house.
Yeah.
And some of it is, yes, you're more relaxed because you're near home, but some of it is simply you are more likely to be near your house than not. No matter where you go, at some point you will be within 5 miles of your house. Is it
I have to admit, I was 5 miles within my house when I was in that terrible accident where I broke my elbow. Like, yeah. I'm using a pen as a bookmark.
I hear that. Did you see my glorious picture of all my new notepads?
No.
Ooh, I'll show them to you just a second.
Okay.
I got a 6-pack.
Oh, great.
And I like when I'm doing notes, like I have notebooks and stuff, but it's just not the same. So I've got.
Ooh, they're fancy.
Right. Got.
Oh, and a pink one.
The pastel pack. This one is actually bluish. It's not just the lighting.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. So I've got a purplish one, a yellow one, a cream, a white, and a pink.
Nice.
So, which.
Yay, notepads.
Right? Which goes well with my multi-pack of Bics. Let's see. Well, I can only find 3 right now, but I've got.
Oh, right on.
And the purple one may have gotten used up at some point.
Probably, knowing you.
Well, when you're making notes on your manuscript and you don't want to be quite aggressive with the red one, although Not saying I didn't use the red one, but yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of me showing off random things on my desk, I showed up for my sister's labor and she gave me a gift. She'd gotten a 2-pack of dragon rings and she gave me the red one and kept the green one.
That's adorable.
Look at this thing.
Oh my gosh, how cute.
What's the appropriate distance? But
yay, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Aww. Yeah, red dragon that you are.
Right? So it fits on my thumb pretty nicely.
Nice.
So yeah. I didn't know, like I knew hostess gifts were a thing. I did not realize showing up to your labor gifts were a thing.
I didn't know that either, but okay.
I think it's more she got the 2-pack and that was the first time she saw me since then.
Yeah, probably. Crunch.
Oh, I hear that. So let's see. Lee says, didn't get much writing done, got sidetracked creating a new name, and the cats demand it to be fed. I mean,
creating a new name, like a new name for a character or a new pen name?
It's a good question. Eva said that none of her family came out for the birth of their son. What?
That's interesting.
Like, I was quarantining for 4 weeks because this chickie doo was 2 weeks late because I wanted to be there and hold my sister's hand. And so I was super excited. And some of it, I have to confess, it's because I was super excited about the kid. And some of it is I love being an amazing sister / aunt. And so showing up is part of the way to like make sure I get credit for being awesome.
Yeah, I know the feels.
You're an aunt.
I am. Twice over.
Yeah, same here. How old are yours?
I have one that's 21 and one that is 7.
Gotcha. Yeah. I've got the 9-year-old and the 6-day-old.
I technically have a nephew as well, but he's been in the military for the past few years, so he hasn't been in contact.
Yeah. I actually, my half-sister did adopt a kid at like 13 and he went off into the military and he's probably 28 now, but I never met him.
Yeah, I've never met my nephew.
So he was like 13, 14 when she married his adoptive dad. And so they had a strained relationship themselves and just never, I think we said hi to each other once or twice online and never really connected.
So. Oh, doll, I know you're editing. It's all good.
Oh yeah, no. We're keeping you company. We're background noise. Get your edits in. I know it's rough. Yeah. Editing is rough. So
especially for doll, editing is rough.
Oh yeah. If I were doll, I would not be able to edit with noise. I have trouble editing with noise in the first place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm just very distractible.
And
I find editing takes a lot more focus than writing for me.
Oh really?
Yeah. Because I not only have to see what's there, I have to think about what it should be and what it could be and which way I want to take it. And I don't know. And I also worry about flow and pacing. And so I've got so many things I'm juggling in my head when I'm editing that I'm not necessarily worried about when I'm writing.
Yeah, I think I follow.
So Eva says when her son was born, it was December 2017 and they lived 2 hours south. I only lived 20 minutes from my sister and I was 25 minutes from the birthing center. So she's my twin. I mean, it's
she's obviously in your bubble.
Right.
Super obviously in your bubble.
Yeah. So Lee says is working on the name of a character and her pen name is Delaney Moya Stewart, which is pretty awesome.
That is awesome.
Kelly says, the bank gave me a few of its pens. Very slick design. Eva has lots of nieces and nephews that she hasn't met. has a few the son's age range, but most are older, like the firstborn who was 24. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first cousin lives 10 minutes from me and is due in April. And so my sister's trying to be like, give her expectation management, and we're trying to make sure that, you know, she's getting the support she needs because she doesn't have as large of a friend circle as we do. And
Yeah, my nephew's gotta be in his mid-20s by now.
right? It's so weird. Kids, to me, you're introduced to a child and they have an age and you memorize the name and the age. And then next time you meet them, they're not the same age. And it's weird.
Gwen does that to me.
Just, I think people.
Gwen is 9. 9?
Yeah. She grew 2 inches in 6 months.
She's enormous.
She's been big.
She's a goddamn person.
She's yeah, that was one of the things I was thinking about with Rosie, the 6-day-old.
Yeah.
I'm
A little human.
I'm so excited to find out what sort of person she ends up being. I get to watch her become a person, and that is
We get to watch her become a person.
Yeah.
I felt that way about Kalia, the 7-year-old now.
Yeah.
I've tried to be as involved in that child's life as much as possible. Also, Gesundheit.
Thank you. So, yeah, Gwen is becoming a person, and it's a fascinating process to watch.
It is.
When they start off as littles, they might have like, ooh, I'm really into this or that. But, you know, their personality and like who they are is really just.
Kalia is learning what it is to be her own.
Yeah.
To have body autonomy, let alone know who she is.
Right.
Yeah. So
yeah.
she I think she was born at just the right time because like one, children's programming is so much better than it was 10 years ago.
Definitely.
And 2, she's coming into an age where consent is really important, and you know, working with people is really important, and all of that jazz. So, and being that she's an only child, like learning this stuff has been basically through TV and basically through me.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
Gwen has always wanted a little sibling and is super excited, although slightly jealous because several of her other friends have kids about the same age. And for a while, she was the only one, you know.
Interesting.
And my cousin, my first cousin who lives 10 minutes away, her foster sister has a kid just about Gwen's age, but they live in Texas. And she met the little boy at a wedding and was like, there are relatives my age and you never told me. So popping into the comments, Dal says she's been popping in and out because she does have to listen to the text.
Sure, I get it.
Yeah. And Eva's met many of the nieces and nephews, just not all of them.
Yeah.
Lee likes to have music with no words in the background when writing and editing.
Me too.
I sometimes
listen to like synthwave and industrial and stuff like that.
It puts me to sleep. When I'm editing, my brain is so loud that I don't even notice that there's no noise happening.
Gotcha.
So Eva says, my husband's sister has a son just 6 months younger than ours and hoping they can cousin it up in the vaccine era. I hear that one. Yeah. I hear that one. Bruce just finished scheduling tweet 3 out of 3, and it feels weird not leaving it to the last minute. I don't even understand what this scheduling and not last minute thing is.
Technically, yesterday I was supposed to post things on Insta, but I've been really bad about it this like past month.
Yeah, this past month was a bit. It was a bit.
It was a bit much.
So, Kelly said when he met his nephew, who was a toddler at the time, he cried nonstop.
Oh.
My aunt had an issue with my niece when they first met. So my mom
Really?
has a brother and a sister, and my uncle just waited for the kid to come to him. But my aunt, who she'd met like twice in her life, and she's like 4 at this point, was trying to hug her and be up in her face when she doesn't know her. You wait for the kid to come to you. You don't force the familial action, you know? You wait for the kid to get comfortable, and
Right.
just was not as patient as the kid needed. So
That's really unfortunate.
it was very
It's
frustrating.
like Boomer being like, "No, you should totally know me." Yeah,
Right.
that happened with my sister and my father,
Mhm.
actually, because my father was in Korea when in her formative years.
Oh yeah.
And my formative years too, but at least I knew who he was because I was making gifts for him and stuff like
Yeah.
that for his birthday and
Gotcha.
whatnot while he was in Korea.
Mhm.
And like he got off the plane, and this is when you could go right up to the gate.
Mhm.
Like he gets down on one knees and says, "Gooby!" And my sister, who was like 2, maybe 3 at the time,
Bald.
like ran behind my mom.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah.
yeah, and you could see the look on his face, like his heart was breaking.
Oh
Like,
yeah, it's rough. It's rough, but you give them a week and they'll sort it out. Just
mhm,
don't expect it like right off the bat when they're that little.
when they're any age, to be
Oh
honest.
yeah, yeah. At any age, but you know, there's a percentage of life thing as well.
I love that people who are tall are now asking me if it's cool if we hug. Like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like, I can get behind that. Like, because I can be like, "No," and they respect that.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah. Novel Nana swung by. So hello
Hi,
and
Bex.
welcome. And yeah, Bruce is scheduling his tweets for the upcoming Pit Mad. Glad you managed to swing by. You know, you're always welcome. Eva says that her grandchildren are 7, 1, and almost 6 months and hasn't seen them since the 1-year-old was 3 to 4 months.
Oh, wow.
And is hoping to meet the youngest before his first, but maybe. Oh, 8 hours south is a haul.
That's a haul.
Yeah. My dad, so the grandpa lives, you know, somewhere between 45 minutes and an hour and a half away. I mean, he has to get around DC.
Yeah.
And my mother lives about 2.5 hours south. So
Honestly, like I'd much rather go south than north.
oh yeah. It's far more predictable. But yeah, my mother's
far more predictable. Like it's an hour and a half for me to get to it's an hour for me to get to Richmond.
Yeah.
Like and then another half an hour to get to anywhere that I actually want to be.
Right. I have some friends I have some friends in Richmond. So sometimes Richmond is where I'm going. But yeah.
I like Richmond. If I have my druthers, I will move there.
Cool. Eva says that her the relatives or the child with the grandkids are in Knoxville, but they are gatherers, so no visit till post-vaccine. I
gotcha.
My mom's been really good about isolating and isn't sure about the whole getting to see the grandbaby while she's waitlisted for the vaccine. She's like, do I be responsible or not? You know,
she's gonna have to be cool with photos until she gets vaccinated, I think.
Yeah, she's been quarantining. You know, she's only been picking up groceries with, you know, contact lists at the grocery store and doctor visits that couldn't be put off. That's the only thing she's been doing since the whole thing started.
Yeah, but, gotcha.
Of course, raiding with her WoW guild and, you know.
Yeah.
Right. Everything else has been virtual. So
Oh, Bruce is in Richmond. I didn't know that.
nice. Cool. So you're almost
Buddy.
local.
You're almost local. Yeah.
So you might
I'd much rather go to Richmond than Baltimore. And technically speaking, it's supposed to take me about the same time to get to either one, but it always takes me longer to get to Baltimore.
Yep, I am now serving on the board for a nonprofit in Baltimore. And I'm like, if y'all expect me to show up for an actual meeting in person once this virtual thing stops, you might get me to one a year, because it's going to be an hour and a half investment to get there. And they have
and you have to cut over to 95, right? So
I go up to, I hit 66 and take that to 495 and bounce around.
It's so much easier for you to go north just to come south again.
Yeah. So my dad's offered to carpool up, but they have like meetings from 7 until 10 p.m. second Saturday.
Oh.
But if I go up, it's going to be my whole day.
Right, of course.
You know? And they love Saturday nights. For some reason, they think Saturday nights are for club meetings and not for dates.
Which is dumb.
It's because, people work and that's when they have off, and other clubs, other regional clubs have Friday nights or Sunday afternoons. And so that's the time that,
Technically speaking, I think I'm supposed to be at a meeting right now, but it's all good to me.
Right. Doc says, depending on traffic in 2 different cities. Bruce says both Baltimore and Richmond lay claim to Edgar Allan Poe.
They do. They both have an Edgar Allan Poe house or museum because he technically loved both places.
Yeah. Lee says 695, runs screaming in the other direction. I don't worry about 695. So once upon a time, when I was a baby Morgan and I was just learning to drive and stuff like that, I think it was second year of college. So, okay, I knew how to drive. My sister is driving me, and we're going to visit friends outside of Baltimore, maybe Annapolis. I don't know. It was somewhere. And I'm coming from outside of Williamsburg. And so we take 64 to 90 to 295 to 95 to 495 to 95 to 695 to 790. I didn't know there were 795s. And on our way back, we miss our exit. And this was before Maryland went to mile marker exits. And we're like, we'll just loop around because
there's no loop around.
No, we went all the way around Baltimore again. And we went across the toll bridge again. We went across 3 times on one trip. And by then we were getting really low on gas. So we had to pick a random exit in Baltimore that, let me tell you, was not within 3 blocks of the aquarium. So
you were going Inner Harbor?
We were not at the Inner Harbor. We were elsewhere in Baltimore. And I do believe somebody got the credit card that we used and tried to scam it later. But we got gas and we got back on the highway and we made it home safely. But yeah, for years, I quoted 695 as my version of the 6th circle of hell.
The 6th circle of hell, yeah.
So yes, I'm right there with you, Lee. 695 is the worst.
695 is the worst. And, you can be trapped into going onto 695.
Yup. Well, I mean, every time I drive into DC, no matter where I'm going, I end up going past the zoo and getting stuck on the BW Parkway.
Oh shit!
I don't know what happens. Once my ex and I were driving, and we ended up finding out where the numbers end. There were houses to one side, and 1st Street, 2nd Street. We went up to 14th and just went down it until we got to the highway. Because for those not local, 14th Street is kind of like the main thoroughfare of DC. And
I think you can get at 395 from.
Yeah.
From 14.
395, I think, turns into 14 for some portion of it.
For some portion of it. Well, it's like
Yeah, it's weird.
There's like a tunnel basically that you have to go into for
Yeah.
$3.95.
College friend of
It's
ours.
so easy to miss.
College friend of ours was driving us to the Maryland Renaissance Festival.
We ran into the same thing.
And he was from Connecticut. And we told him to take the Beltway. And all of a sudden we look up from chatting and we're like, why are we in downtown DC? And he's like, I didn't see a sign that said Beltway. So the locals call it the Beltway, but it's actually $4.95. We call it the Beltway because it goes around the city like a belt goes around a person.
Yeah.
So that's local nomenclature that, you know, somebody who grew up in Connecticut might not be familiar with, but the locals.
Yeah, we ended up in downtown DC because the GPS was taking us through the city instead of taking us around.
The GPS always insists it's faster through the city, and the GPS is wrong. And a couple times the GPS enjoys taking you on an exit and then right back on again.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the fun ones. So anyway, we are after the bottom of the hour, so I should probably let you go to that meeting if you feel like going to it. Or dinner, you know, say hi to
water, something. Yeah.
Say hi to the hubby for me.
I will.
So
DC is a planned city to make it easier to navigate ever since they have been trying to break the plan. Yeah.
True facts about DC.
True facts.
So give your outro and I'll give mine, and then I'm going to go find some dinner.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. Hi, I'm Sako Toomey, also known as Voit. I write horror, and I'm a witch, and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine those three things. So down in the description, if you are looking to be a witchy or witch, or you're looking to market yourself as an author, you can find my information down in the thing.
And I'm Morgan Hazelwood. I am an actively querying fantasy author who's trying to dabble in this sci-fi fantasy space right now.
Cool.
And I share writing tips and writerly musings everywhere. You can find me at morganhazelwood.com, YouTube/Morgan Hazelwood, or morganhazelwood.fireside.fm with my podcast, quote, writing tips and writerly musings. Check it out if you want to, and I'll be back again, same bat time, same bat channel next week. Bye-bye.